Hi everyone, Curtis here from Goth Rider Creations, and in today's episode I'm going to give you a little update as to what's been going on. Stay tuned. So, I figured after this month it was about time I updated you all on what's going on. Good news, it turns out that even medical specialists and professionals with decades of experience can still f*** it up royally and scare the living shit out of people for no good reason. Yeah. So basically the last month has been spent going backwards and forwards to the hospital and the local doctor, call them GPs over here, general practitioners, and basically, long story short, the hospital gave me completely the wrong information. I spoke to my local doctor because the specialists sent them a letter saying, we have this patient, he has this condition, we've noticed this on his blood tests, he's now your problem, fix him. Thank you, bye bye. Signed. So I had a long conversation with my GP, and thankfully, not everyone does in this country, I've got a really good GP. And she was wonderful, and I explained the whole situation, and her basically exact words were, do this lot even know what the hell they're talking about? And I said, well, you're the professional, I'm just the monkey, let me know what the game is here. So she said, right, we're going to ignore everything they told you, we're going to ignore all the tests they've done, and we're going to start again from scratch, and then we'll know what the hell is going on. So got fresh blood tests done, got a ultrasound scan done, and it turns out the meds have been doing nothing but good things for me. I have no substantial liver damage. I have a fatty liver, but that's to be expected. My age, my diet, yeah. And that's it. And I asked the GP because I really couldn't understand how a medical specialist could get it so wrong. And I don't understand all the science, but apparently there are two things they search for with regard to livers. One of them is your liver function test, and another one is like a serum test or something. And I did a lot of reading, and it turns out it's really interesting that they can take two bits of information from a blood test, and then if one's higher than the other, that indicates cirrhosis, and then if one's lower than the other, then that means fatty liver, and then if one is 3 times the amount of that one, then that equals this. And I don't know how they do it. They're obviously very, very clever people over many years, but they've worked out that these two numbers and how they relate to each other in whatever way equals the various different diseases or issues with your liver. Turns out my specialist was using one of those numbers and decided to lose her mind and freak out and decided that I had severe liver damage. So, yay. Oh, and just to make it more interesting, my specialist then got back in contact with me and then denied any knowledge of the conversation or having said anything that she said. So, yay for professional doctors. Not all doctors are crap, ladies and gentlemen. That is a a little byword. Mine are, but not all doctors are useless. And I don't want to sound like some anti-vax Trump supporting muppet, but do your own research. Don't ignore everything a doctor says. More often than not, they're a hell of a lot more qualified than us, and in their specialist subjects they're usually pretty good. But yeah, do some digging, and then at least you'll know what the conversation is when you're talking to them, because yeah, that scared the hell out of me. So I am back on my spinal meds. It's going to take a couple of months for me to get back into the flow of being on them and not being in as much pain, so that's a good thing. I'm carrying on with my diet. I've lost nearly 1 stone in weight, and I've got a few more to lose, so that's great. I'm still going to take it semi-easy in the workshop this year, because the time that I normally have to be in here making stuff is going to be split between being in here tidying up and sorting out things, and it's going to be me in the gym trying to lose all the weight. So yeah, and to be honest, the beginning of this year, I think I need the rest of the year to recover. I've also got a close family relative in the hospital that's been there for quite a while, and hopefully they're coming out soon, so things should start getting back to normal. But I have no liver damage, there is no major issues, it just turns out that some doctors are numpties. So there we go. I've decided I will be entering the GGBO, Lisa Harshberger's suggestion, thank you. I'm going to be in the community category this year. I'm not going to go into the full competition. No offence to Ben, Dale or anyone at Crimson, I didn't feel like there was enough support for us builders last year. It was left us to our own devices, and you know, we're lucky if we got anything sorted out. I know this year apparently they're doing the whole Dropbox thing, and you know, they're going to be trying to do other things. They're getting in-house people to create the profiles, but for the £50 entrance fee, it didn't feel like you got a lot for that. You know, I got a 30-second clip in a montage clip once, and that was it. You know, it didn't feel like a lot of bang for your buck. You know, it was great to be involved, and I loved it, and it got me into it, and it got me, you know, the wonderful subscribers I have so far, I'm sure. But yeah, it didn't feel amazing, and I hoped it was gonna be better this year, and it almost looks like it's kind of taken a step back in a way, which is a shame. It really is a shame, because I was really looking forward to this year. Also, the whole one group of photos is all that's going to be judged for each guitar. In a way that helps me, weirdly, because I can't play guitar to save my life. I build them, I can't play them. So actually not having to do a proper sound demo and just having a load of photos, in theory, would help me a hell of a lot. But I don't make pretty guitars. You know, my whole mantra, as I'm sure you know if you've watched my channel long enough, is that, you know, I want to push and break boundaries on what it takes to build a guitar, what materials it takes to make a guitar, what processes you should and shouldn't be using to make a guitar. You know, I want to completely push the boundaries. I want to go for weird materials no one's ever used. I want to use softwoods. I want to use, you know, everything and anything. And that doesn't equate to photogenic, pretty 6 photos to be judged. You know, if I was using all the beautiful exotic woods, and I was doing the, you know, amazingly insane, painstaking melamine lacquer work that some of my friends on the GGBO have done previously, you know, if I was using all of these amazing, you know, exotic ways of doing things, I could probably make a guitar that could go up there with those guys and be in for the running. But that's not the kind of guitar I make. I want to make utilitarian, working, unusually made guitars, and the GGBO is not set up for that. You've got 3 categories, and you've got first, second, third place in all of those, and that's it. There is no other. There's no engineering award, there's no, you know, specialist finish award, there's no electronics award, there's no pushing the boundaries award, there's no innovation award. It's like the Oscars, and all you've got is best film, best director and best actor, and that's it. You know, what happened to the special effects department? What happened to sound? It's just, it's too narrow a competition, unfortunately. So unless you have the maple, you know, the figured maple top, unless you have the exotic Bubinga or, you know, Zerakote neck, unless you have the mirror polished finish, and unless you have the stunning stains on top of that, you're not gonna place very highly, unfortunately. And that's my opinion, but I don't see it. So after that diatribe, I'm just going to stick with the community this year. I want to be involved, I want to be part of the community, because I really enjoyed it last year, but I don't need the stress, and I don't need to try and build the same thing that everyone else is building. I want to go completely left field. As I said in the previous video, I've got all the materials, I've got all of the hardware, it's all ready to go. But I'm going to save that for next year. I'm going to do a lot more planning, a lot more preparation, and then hopefully once it's built I'll have the time to then spend 2 months with a polishing mop and getting it so you could see, you know, Starlink from it in the night sky. You know, I want it to be a mirror finish, which is not my bag, but from what I've seen in the GGBO last year, that's what people want to see. So, you know, I'm going to have to change my ways. But yeah, so I will be entering. I'm going to be building Mrs. Goth Rider's first guitar. So that's going to be really exciting for me. I'm really going to enjoy that. And yeah, things can finally start getting back to normal. Thank you for all the well-wishing, all the comments. It was really wonderful. Everyone, you know, just being so supportive, and like, you know, I can't thank you enough. It's really heartwarming to have so many people just, you know, throwing love my way. You know, I didn't expect it. You know, it wasn't some cry for help bloody, you know, Facebook post or anything like that. It was just me wanting to keep you guys informed. And yeah, the outpouring of support was wonderful. I even had friends that I don't get to speak to all that often, unfortunately, because of life, and they were messaging me on Facebook going, bloody hell, Curtis, I saw your video, is everything okay? Like, Jesus, yeah, I'm all right, thank you. So no, thank you all so much. It's really appreciated. And yeah, as I say, the plan is still the same. I've got the work to do on the workshop. I've got a small shed to build. I've got an extension to build on this one. I've got the banjo. I've got plenty to get on with, so it's going to be good this year. Just got to focus on getting healthy, focus on losing the weight, and then yeah, start kicking butt soon. So thank you for putting up with my long-winded tirade and medical update. Next video I'll be putting up will be my intro to the GGBO community. Obviously I know no one will be able to vote for me or anything like that, but I hope you'll enjoy at least tagging along. Hopefully if Scott's got the time with Bonehead Guitars, he'll be able to put in a community playlist as well, so I can be included. Yay, love you guys. But yeah, so I'll give you the update on what I'm going to build and what's going to happen with that, and yeah, up and up, people. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, thank you all so much for the support. Love you all, and yeah, see you on the next one. Take care.